Hi, welcome to Managerial Accounting. If you haven't been taken directly to it, please click on the welcome video and watch it. It gives you a short overview of the things you need to know to prepare for this class. While I'm on this page though, let me point out, please set up D2L push notifications. That way you can have any announcements that I make go directly to your cell phone number. You can have it go to a non-Millersville email address. But if I need to get in touch with you and make announcements, this will make sure you don't miss the announcements. The next thing, there is a widget that you're going to want to come to and pair your D2L class section with your Connect class section. That'll make a bit more sense later on. In terms of this front page, the things that are important for you are from resources, going to the content area, from resources or from the assessment going to the assignment folder, and grades. And I think that's a bit about it from the main menu of the course. Let's go ahead and walk through some things on the syllabus and things that you should do to start off with. To access the syllabus, you can go to the syllabus link right here on the course webpage, or go up to resources, down to content, and then you're going to want to go to the course documents, where you'll find a link to this welcome video, the syllabus, information for registering for Connect, information then, these are short Connect assignments on how to complete a homework assignment, how to complete a Connect orientation video, or how to use the Smart Book for optional extra credit, and then also how to take a proctored exam. There's a link here on if you need help, check this out. We see some links down here for a factory tour that you can do for extra credit. There's a link for the book, The Goal, and the paper requirements that you need to complete for that, as well as folders for each one of the chapters. There's a real short one on the prologue. This gives you my overview of management accounting. This gives you access to the PowerPoint notes for the prologue. And then here's a short assignment related to the prologue. Then coming down to chapter 1, here's my overview of cost behavior, which is the primary content of chapter 1. Here's a link to your first Connect assignment for chapter 1, an overview. Most of the chapters have been broken down into two overviews and one homework assignment. Those overviews, the first one typically will go over the first 3 or 4 learning objectives for the chapter, along with a couple short problems. The second one will go over the remaining learning objectives and a couple short problems. And then there will be a link for homework questions related to both of those, all the learning objectives for the chapter, as well as an Excel assignment related to the chapter, a post-quiz related to the chapter, and a link for optional extra credit if you make use of McGraw-Hill's Smart Book. The other link I didn't click on here was one for guided examples. These give you walkthroughs through some of the end of chapter homework problems. You can also find hints available in Connect as well. Let's move over and take a quick look at the chapter or the course syllabus. I've got my office here, office hours, or rather office. If you need to talk with me, shoot me an email. We can set things up by by Zoom as well. I'm not bothering with set standardized Zoom office hours because no one ever shows up, but I'm happy to meet with you if you need help and have some questions. Prerequisite for this class was a C- or better in 161. Here's a list of the course objectives. Read through that list. I'm not going to read through it for you. Please take a look at the policies for academic honesty. You feel free to work with and talk with your colleagues, except for when you're completing exams. If you're turning in Excel worksheets, you need to make sure that those are from the current semester, not prior semesters. You can work with someone else, but you're going to need to make sure you send in or submit your own exam. So again, read through the policies on academic honesty. We're using the 9th edition of Brewer, Garrison, and Noreen's Introduction to Managerial Accounting. You can get used copies of the textbook online. The Connect access includes access to an ebook. And the other thing you're going to want to do is right away is order a copy, preferably, of the book, The Goal, and start reading through this book. One of the most important things you can have whenever you're trying to learn anything is context, to place new concepts within the context of things you already know. And since most of you haven't worked in a factory or haven't worked in a complex service organization, you're going to have a hard time relating to some of the concepts that are presented in the textbook. So one of the best things you can do to learn something is have context. And that's where reading this book will come into play. Within the course documents, there's a link here on the book The Goal. You can order this on Amazon, order it right away and start reading it right away. Here's a broad overview of it. It's not a textbook. It reads like a popular novel. It's set with a factory manager having to make some rather rapid changes in his factory to avoid it being shut down. And it's lessons he learns through life, through consulting with an old professor. And it is a very good read. And also it's required, and you're going to have to write a paper related to the book The Goal. You can read in the course documents section the requirements for the paper. Be sure you have the time to devote to this class. I'm expecting you could spend 120 hours over this course over the next 5 weeks. I mean, this is a regular class where we are replacing the 37 and a half contact hours with online work. We're expected typically to spend 2 hours outside of class for every hour inside class. So 40 hours a week in class, another 80 outside of class. That's where the 120 is coming from. And you can see the breakdown right here. And here's a breakdown of how you can expect to spend those hours. In terms of grading, half your grade is going to come from exams in Connect. The other half will come from watching Connect orientation videos, completing Connect chapter overviews, completing Connect homework and quizzes, completing Excel assignments, and your paper on the goal. And then here's a breakdown or a grading scale. There are things you can do for extra credit. There are 2 things you can do for extra credit. One is by, instead of just reading the book, you could read the Smart Book, and that extra credit opportunity is detailed right here. The second thing you can do for extra credit is take a factory tour, and the details of what you need to do to complete that factory tour are in D2L in the course documents area, right here for the factory tour. In terms of registering for Connect, first thing you ought to do is click on this little PDF document that talks about the steps you need to go through to register for Connect. It gives you the link. The link is also on the syllabus though, but it shows you the screens that you'll confront and what you'll need to do to register for Connect. You can get a free 2-week trial, so don't fail to sign up for it because you don't have the money today. You do need the money for it. Don't take the class if you don't have the time and if you don't have the money to purchase access to Connect. You can read a brief description of each one of the course activities, the Connect orientation videos. There are 4 of those, and there's, again, just explaining how to use Connect, but you earn points with them. The Connect chapter overviews. These must be completed by 11:59 p.m. on the scheduled due dates. If you turn them late, you get docked 25% per day. And don't worry, I will only count the highest score. But one thing you should note is you've got to hit the submit button for your Connect assignments. Otherwise, they're going to remain in progress and you won't earn points, or you'll start getting docked points for turning it in late. Again, first Connect videos are due on those scheduled due dates. And you can see the first one is due December 13th. The second one is due December 14th. The Connect homework. There's a homework assignment on the course prologue that is due on the 13th. The Chapter 1 homework is due on the 15th. Same thing. I'll take late submissions, but they'll be docked 25%. You've got to hit the submit button, and grades are only based on the highest score for each of the attempts. At the end of each chapter, there's a chapter quiz. You have 30 minutes to complete the quiz. It has some conceptual multiple choice type questions and then some problems. Late submissions docked by 25%. And again, only the high score will count. In D2L, most chapters have an Excel homework assignment. Don't worry if you haven't used Excel. Most of the worksheets have an embedded link that give you instructions on how to complete the worksheet. If the chapter has an Excel assignment, you can access it through the chapter folder, or you can go to the assessments, assignments, and you'll see all of the potential assignments for the semester. So chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 12 have Excel assignments. You will download your assignments and upload your completed Excel worksheets through this same assignment folder. Here is the first Excel assignment. The first one just has some broad instructions. Then notice the different tabs. The first one is on cost behaviors, and there's a YouTube video that takes you through completing this worksheet. The next one is on contribution margin and traditional income statements. Again, a YouTube video taking you through the worksheet. Then finally, cost volume profit analysis, and a YouTube video taking you through this assignment as well. And you can see there's also instructions on how to enter an Excel formula. If you've got questions or are stuck on your Excel worksheet, attach it to an email and send it to me with your question. Because I want to get these graded and get you immediate feedback, I do not accept Excel worksheets late. Everything in Connect, there's a 25% penalty, but you can submit it late. For the Excel assignments, no. Those need to be done by the scheduled due date. Here's the overall course calendar. But again, these basically follow this same schedule. Either in Connect, you'll see the chapter due dates for all of the assignments in Connect. Within each folder, they're listed. And then again, in D2L, just follow down, content area by content area. Begins with the prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, the first exam in Connect. Oh, by the way, the exams cannot be submitted late. And you're going to want to make sure you watch that orientation video on taking a proctored exam before you take this. There are plenty of resources out here to succeed in this class. I want to help you. I'm here to answer questions. That's what you're paying for. Please don't get behind. And again, please make sure you have the time to devote to this before you waste your tuition dollars. Good luck. And again, please let me know if you have any questions or need any help.